it to Catalan in the middle part of the field and destroyed their energy levels and the speed of the game. They just couldn't cope with it. They'll be looking to prove a point about that today, but they come up against Castleford, who in Paul McShane has somebody who could do the same thing to them today. Be a really interesting start, but expect Paul McShane to be running, jumping and testing this Catalan middle out.
Paul McShane involved immediately and gets the ball away to Milner. And Millington, I beg your pardon. And then now Oliver Holmes takes it in. Falau among the tacklers for Catalan Dragons. Sam Moore in there as well. Desperate to right the wrongs of last weekend, the Catalan Dragons. Milner gets that ball away, and via Richardson, it's Mike McMeekin. Will be a Catalan Dragon in 2021. Mike McMeekin signed to move, switch to the south of France. Arthur Morgue takes the ball and feeds Tom Davis for the first Catalan possession.
Then the first 20 minutes last week when Catalan played against Saints, they were in the game, but I left there really disappointed. I look at the team, I look at the internationals and the experience that they've got, but they didn't respect the ball and they were too clumsy around the ruck area. That man leads by example constantly, Remy Casti. I think a lot of people need to follow what he does on the pitch. Julian Busquets, big carry. They have got some big men. Laterally, they're not great.
But they haven't got that many big men, Terry, have they? They've got Busquets and they've got Cassiano on the bench. The excuse last week that they were big and couldn't deal with it, I don't subscribe to that. It's about discipline
the ball
and controlling possession. Sam Cassiano turned over the ball 3 times and it butchered Catalan's energy levels.
Great take from Greg Eden on his first test at fullback. First time he's played in that position in almost exactly 2 years. August 2018 at Wigan. And also played fullback in the 2017 Grand Final, so plenty of experience. As Olferts takes the ball in to Moa's tackle.
I think he's really been strong bringing the ball away. You look at him, Clare, Matautia, really good footwork at the line. This is what you get from Castleford. They are an attacking side. They go on a win. Anytime there's a quick play the ball, like Paul McShane will run.
Richardson kicks on the 4th tackle and almost a stumble there from Arthur Morgue. Holds on and feeds forward Yaha. Yaha driven back by 3 Castleford defenders, led by Milner. Samisoni Langi takes the ball, and now Davis to the tackle of Truman.
Let's not forget last week, Mickey McLaurin going off the field is massive for Catalan Dragons. They've now got Ben Garcia in at the 9 position, and with the new rules, whoever's at 9 for you is really important. It's a big challenge for Ben Garcia today to replace Mickey McLaurin.
This is Busquets now. Wrapped up by 3 again in Castleford colours. Among them George Griffin. Ball finds Drinkwater, left foot kick. Eden again comfortable, immediately dealt with.
You'd like a bit more pressure on Josh Drinkwater for a very good kicking game. And Catalan, Castleford offloading the ball. Catalan trying to get numbers in, slow them down.
Offload 5 Richardson and now Daryl Olferts.
They are a real attacking side. This is why you like to watch Castleford 2017. They just changed the whole aspect of rugby league. They were the real entertainers, score from anywhere on the field.
Actually quite a structured side, Tess. You know, they've got Ryan Sheridan, their assistant coach, a bit of a genius when it comes to developing players to unlock a side. I've been interested here. Actually, Castleford have moved the ball quite a lot. Look, we're 4 minutes in, and every chance they've had to move the ball around, you know, they have done so. And maybe they're just looking to test out Maloney and Drinkwater on the edges.
I think anytime you play against Catalan, you look to move it wider, the first 3 defenders either side of the ruck, because they are big. You want to get them going laterally. Great kick, by the way.
Richardson put that kick in and turns the fullback Arthur Morgue around, but there's good pace. He's through the first tackle as well.
How good was he last week? 5 tackle busts in the game. Like, he is incredible. He plays 1, 6, 7 or 9, so he's an attacking player naturally. He's got great speed, great energy and good footwork at the back.
And when your fullback can beat the first defender who's coming to them, what's the result of that? Well, it's not always a break, is it? It's usually a quick ruck, a penalty. And when you've got a fullback who can do that, it just sets your starts, your set so well. And now look, the net result is Catalan kick the ball into touch, something we've not seen a lot of, and they're 40 metres out from their own line.
On his third appearance for the Dragons, Artur Morg tried from half-back in last year's final round defeat at Huddersfield. He's picked up where he left off in 2019. Samoa rumbles in again. Central position for the Catalan Dragons, shipped by Garcia to find Casti. So they move into that Tigers half of the field now. It's a good field position as Maloney picks out Joel Tompkins. His brother watching on today, serves the second game of his suspension. Busquets with a strong run, carries Catalan deep into Castleford territory here. And it's with the danger man Maloney. It's a cross-field kick, first test. It's spilled by Folau, comes up for James Clare in the end.
Well, he's the go-to man, isn't he? I said it last week, Israel Folau. He's big, he's athletic, he's good in the air. He couldn't take that one. Look at that pinpoint kick. Good challenge in the air from Clare as well, just to let him know that he's there. But you look at the right-hand side for Castleford. There was 4 strong carries. Here we go.
Really nice offload from Eden for Truman.
But there was 4 strong carries from Catalan going over to the right-hand side, so having a little look at Danny Richardson, who shot the line and tried to solve a problem, really, that didn't need solving.
But big feature, both of the 3 in defenders for Castleford, so that's Richardson and Truman will be aggressive. They'll try and shut Catalan's players down. Why? They're probably not the greatest defenders. It's a great way to dictate how you make tackles. Truman and Richardson will do that all day.
Richardson hands on to McMeekin this time. Milner, McShane's pass. Casti in there. Moore in there for the Catalan Dragons. Richardson spins away from 1, almost gets through 2, does get away from 2. This is a great run. On the last tackle, Castleford just 15 metres away. Truman, delicate chip. It's a test, and it's come up for Michael Shenton. Is that the first try for Castleford Tigers? Not yet.
I got no try.
No try on the field, says Robert Hicks. This is going to be the first decision for the video referee, Ben Taylor.
Well, got an awful lot of speed. Danny Richardson did a decent job, didn't he, to get them into a decent position. They kicked that ball. That looks okay to me. They go through. Is it a clean pickup by Shenton? The referee sent it up. Stirs as a no try. Does he have hold of it? Does he have hold of it? I don't really see a fumble by Michael Shenton, I'll be honest, but it's been sent up as a no try. Does he manage to? Yeah, he's lost it. He's lost it. Has he lost it?
I don't know if he has.
He's still got it. He's still got it. He doesn't drop the ball, and he places it down. It looks like when he's going to pick it up, he does fumble it, doesn't it, John?
He used all of his limbs to keep that ball in there. He almost created a net.
Have a look there.
He's kept it in. He's in contact with his thigh. You can't see that ball touching the ground and being out of control.
I think he's done a great job to keep that ball up with his right hand, to have the confidence to do that. Because, look, let's face it, he's thinking, right, I'm over the try line, the ball's between my legs, I've touched it with my hand, where is it? He can't see it.
I don't think we can attribute that to skill. I think that's an element of fortune in this one, Tez. He's on his thigh. He'd probably no idea where the ball is at this stage. He's just grasped back, got his hand on it. Could be a pretty special try, that, if it's given.
Dexterity or luck, take your pick.
It's a bit of both.
It's a sensational effort, whatever the decision from Michael Shenton. Here is the decision. Are Castleford heading in front? They are! Michael Shenton, his 150th Castleford try came against Toronto back in February, and now he's doubled his tally for 2020 in spectacular fashion, and Castleford hit the front.
Let's give some credit as well to Danny Richardson. He was put under an awful lot of pressure from the Catalan side, but he managed to just step back into the field, keep his composure, get down, play the ball, knowing that if Paul McShane can link up with Jake Truman, who just puts the ball onto his boot, puts it into space, and Michael Shenton, well, yeah, you're right, there's a bit of luck, but you've got to put yourself where the action is.
It started with a great kick from Danny Richardson, actually.
Richardson, accurate from right in front of the post, and Castleford with a perfect start at Headingley.
It started from a great kick from Danny Richardson, then a jinking run, Truman with a really soft touch, and we've got to say disciplined chase there from Castleford. Michael Shenton and Oliver Holmes making sure they're on side, but a really soft touch from Jake Truman, a great tactic. But again, Danny Richardson's involvement, great kick, Penn Catalans back, then a jinking run created some ruck speed, and it's always quicker to kick off a quicker ruck, and Truman executed fantastically well.
The Castleford fans delighted with that from Jake Truman, particularly. What a kick, the perfect weight, such a tough skill as well, and finished off brilliantly by Michael Shenton, and Castleford with their tails up as McMeekin charges in for the Tigers. Here is Matautia now. Tompkins in there among the Catalan Dragons tacklers alongside Ben Garcia. Opposite number to them, but Shane gets the ball away. Griffin plays it for McShane.
This is a decent set of 6 after scoring points. You know, they've got some clever plays, they've got some forwards who aren't big, but they'll go direct to the line. The little drop off from Richardson to Grant Millington. That's a massive set.
Ball's been spilled. Alford has picked it up. Castleford have a repeat set of 6 here.
Great kick as well, allowing his chase to compete. Danny Richardson with a couple of nice kicks here early on, and Castleford get the opportunity to attack.
Milner. Can Catalan Dragons live with this pace? They couldn't live with the champions 6 days ago. Millington, just 10 metres away. The Tigers looking for back-to-back tries. Here is McMeekin, all wrapped up by 3. The spill from Arthur Morgan, the real pressure, and that's handed Castleford this initiative. Eden, great ball over the top. Shenton, it's 2 tries in 2 minutes for Michael Shenton. Far more straightforward there. But Catalan Dragons cannot live with this. The pace of the Castleford Tigers, and Michael Shenton with a double. Made his 250th Super League appearance in Perpignan 6 months ago, and having another field day against the Dragons.
Started with the knock-on from the Catalan fullback Arthur Morgan. Young player, we spoke well about him, but a huge pass from Paul McShane. The width and the accuracy of that pass creates that play. From there on in, it was a nice piece of execution from Adam Milner, and that just created space. And when you get that strip for numbers on your edge, you've got maybe a couple of choices. You need one of your winger to come in and shut it down, or you need to trust that help's coming from the inside. The width of the pass from McShane and Adam Milner's skill meant that help wasn't coming, and it's a great start here for Castleford.
A couple of tries in a couple of minutes, and plenty for the Tigers fans at home to cheer on. They'd love to be here, but it's the next best thing in the Sky Sports fan zone. And problems for Steve McNamara and Catalan Dragons. Richardson. Again finds the target, and 2 more points for Castleford Tigers. And there is the England coach watching on as an English scrum half converts. Michael Shenton, 12 England appearances, 34 now, but he's certainly got what it takes in Super League in 2020, and a double early on at Headingley.
They are a team that finds space so easy. They are a threat with the ball, and when you turn over the ball so close to your line and you're defending after a mistake, Steve McNamara knows his side have got to be better. The dummy runners, the unselfish players by Castleford over on the left-hand side created them chances to score the try. I want to see now the character in this Catalan side. They've conceded 2 quick-fire tries in the opening 11 minutes. They've now given a penalty away. These repeat sets will hurt them.
But we can talk about Catalan being tired. We're 11 minutes into the game. That's poor discipline, isn't it? It's not about them being big and getting.
I wouldn't even say that's fatigue that's caused that.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's ill discipline, and ill discipline is not always associated with fatigue. It can be part of your culture. Now, Steve McNamara works very hard to make sure this team aren't ill-disciplined, but they've conceded 2 sloppy tries, 1 from a kick, which is tough to defend, but the second one, you know, they didn't really do an awful lot to stop it, so they need a reaction, Terry. I couldn't agree with you more.
Just need to get a foothold in this game, the Catalan Dragons. McNamara happy with the first 20 minutes against the champions last week. It'll be anything but with the opening 12.5 minutes here. Griffin plays the ball. Truman. Shenton on a hat-trick already, of course. First Castleford player to score over 100 tries in Super League, Michael Shenton. Truman. Now it's Matautia.
2 occasions now, Jake Truman's been taken out. He is a halfback that is not scared of going at the line. He's just 21. He went on the Great Britain series last year, and he's a quality player, different to Danny Richardson. He's a halfback that goes at the line. He will take the line on. He spots space. He's got an awful lot of vision. Look, just a little reminder from the big Julian Bousquet, and he's back.
But again, look, that's ill-discipline. So we can talk about them being tired. We can talk about whatever we want. Those 2 penalties are absolute killer. You've just gone 2 tries down. You've hit a man who's passed the ball for no reason whatsoever. Jake Truman will do that all day.
Yeah,
He'll just keep running all day. So what you're going to do, just keep hitting him, keep conceding penalties. What, because you're scared of being beat because he runs? Give him some respect, defend him disciplined, be square on the inside of the line. Make sure if he steps back on your inside, you're there. But don't go through his ribs for the sake of intimidating a younger man. Is that where we're at? Is that where the game's at?
Richardson surely had 2 more points to the Castleford total here. 14 minutes gone and 14-0. The Tigers ahead.
Ben, and the reason why defenders do that to halfbacks is because they want to force them into throwing that ball. They want to make them feel uncomfortable when they're attacking. So it's a sloppy pass, whether it's in front, behind, it's round the knees. But as you said, Jake Truman, he's a quality player. Everyone expects big things from Jake Truman. Like John said, he won't be scared of going to the line. That won't change Jake Truman's game that he's been sat on his backside twice in a set of 6.
But I can speak from experience. I've been penalised for doing stupid things like that my whole career, Tez. So I can tell you now, Julian Bousquet, he had a choice to make there, and he chose a softer option. If Jake Truman is you know, not passing the ball, you're entitled to go through him, not after he's passed the ball.
Castleford hunting more points, and Olferts plays the ball. This is Eden now. Catalan desperate for possession. It's been a Castleford tidal wave so far in this opening 15 minutes. And the work that Catalan Dragons have had to do will surely tell as well in this heat. Millington, get out of the way. Now it's Richardson. Tester for Morg. Look where he is when the fullback collects this, just 5 metres away from his own line. Castleford dossing this one.
Great kick. He kicks the ball more than anyone else in the team, Danny Richardson. That is a massive strength of him. He goes up to defend that as well.
I've been impressed by the ball movement, Tez. We spoke about being direct since we're very direct against Catalan, but actually Cas have really nudged Catalan around. They've moved him with ball movement, and when it's got quick, then they've been direct, and that's a great way to play.
Here it's Davis for the Dragons. Sensational try in Wigan's defeat at Castleford 2 years ago. It's 1918 on that occasion. Kick sends James Clare back towards his own post, and the chase is good.
Well, James Maloney kicking on the 4th play there. Well, let's face it, he's got an excellent rugby brain, hasn't he? He does know how to guide a team around, play that structured play that we see in the NRL. He's just missed a tackle, missed 9 last week against Saints. So he is a target when players have got the ball. But what a brain he is. He needs to be very vocal with everyone around him.
2-time NRL Grand Final winner with the Roosters and with Cronulla. James Maloney, all the pedigree in the world. Big acquisition to this Catalan side, but it's homes for Castleford, meanwhile.
Well, a couple of back-to-back set to 6 here now. Been penalised a couple of times for in the row. That's very dominant defence. That's how you deal with someone who's running direct at you, squared on at you.
Garcia on Milner. Millington now. McShane, Griffin finds some space. Pick up is from McShane.
All about speed for Cass at the play of the ball. Got to make sure that you stand up, play the ball correctly. The referee, Robert Hicks, didn't like the play of the ball from Griffin. You could see that he didn't play the ball with his foot. So in good field position, a good attacking chance for Cass. We've just got to make sure that they do the right things when they've got the ball.
We spoke a lot before the game, actually. Brian and Leon spoke a lot about stopping momentum. So when momentum's against you in a game, how do you stop it? Well, we saw Ben Garcia use contact to stop Cass's momentum. And now you can look to kick early and you can look to do lots of things until you address winning contact and winning the speed of that ruck. Really, momentum, now with the 6 again, is never going to stop unless you do that. So these Catalan players need to take more lead from Ben Garcia's ball.
Garcia who picks up possession from that Joel Tompkins offload, and now Moa for the Dragons. Garcia, Maloney, now Bousquet. His 200th career appearance this afternoon, Julian Bousquet. Maloney. Olfert waits patiently for the kick, and Drinkwater following up, but he's evaded his tackle. It's Falau and Tompkins who combine to stop the winger.
It's a much better place to be starting your sets, isn't it? You know, you're 15, 20 metres out from your own line. You know, Cass is still getting behind the ball. We're watching Griffin here still getting behind the ball. They can't move the ball because they've got no shape. This is when you can be aggressive and change momentum.
Eden plays it. And McShane spots. There's no one home for the Catalan Dragons. There's a chase on as well. The ball is going to beat everybody, but only just. Great thinking from Paul McShane.
Isn't he a clever player, Paul McShane? When it's a quick, when it's a quick play of the ball, he'll go up, he'll just go, he'll explode. He now 9 times out of 10 he makes the right option, and he's kicking from dummy half kick with his left and his right. Such a danger man.
How good's that, having your 9 who can kick? You know, Cameron Smith's done it for years, and your 9 being able to kick just gives you an out. If there's pressure, if you're on the back foot, 9 jump out kick. Good vision from Paul McShane, probably just overcooked it slightly.
Back to his best this season, Paul McShane heads the Man of Steel leaderboard with 13 points after 7 rounds, 4 clear of the rest. Moa played the ball, and now Julian Bousquet. Drinkwater in some space, gets the ball away as well. And Whitley. Langy. Drinkwater goes crossfield this time. Falau underneath it, does really well to palm it back. Davis has it. On the last tackle, his kick goes too long. Not the player they would have wanted to kick on that play. Tom Davis, he did his best, but not the outcome that Steve McNamara would have wanted.
They'll be disappointed because they found the man when they kicked the crossfield to Israel Folau. Couldn't get a clean ball away to Tom Davis or one of his teammates, and then when he got the ball, I think he was more or less directed to go forward and kick it himself.
Yeah, when you've got someone like Israel Folau, you need to get troops around when he catches. Because if he comes out with the ball, you need the option to be able to sort of distribute, move the ball again, even kick back inside and kick. The ball went to ground, and that ultimately just stopped that forward momentum Castleford had. It's a much more difficult kick for Catalan now.
Alex Foster, how pleased he will be to be back on the field. His first appearance since March 2019, ends a 31-game absence. Real difficulties with a knee problem. He will be so happy just to be out there on from the substitutes bench now for the Tigers. Here is Milner. Last tackle coming up. McShane gets the ball away, and Richardson will kick on the last. Sun in the eyes of Arthur Morgan. He's lost possession again.
It was a great kick, wasn't it? Danny Richardson put it through the belly of the ball, got the ball to spiral, and the ball is slightly windy, actually, isn't it, Tez, up here?
Yeah.
And that ball would have moved a fair amount on Arthur Moore.
Massive strength. This. Look at this ball. You can see Greg Eden just to the left, the man who's kicking the ball. He's the man who was called offside by Robert Hicks. Comes down, and Moore just didn't really want part of it. He was looking at some of his teammates in front of him that were blocking for him, trying to distract the Castleford chasers.
Whitley. Catalan Dragons moving it, and with 22 minutes on the clock and Castleford bossing things, we can go downstairs to Phil Clark for a sideline comment.
I'll tell you what, Ben, you don't realise how often the players appeal to referees. They keep shouting, 6 again, 6 again. And the Dragons are a bit unlucky. The buzzer didn't sound. Hang on, here goes Davis.
Davis with some space, Davis with a chance, and Catalan Dragons grab the opportunity to get back into it, or do they? Great finish from Tom Davis, and it's a try on the field, says referee Robert Hicks.
Well, that's the explosive power that Tom Davis has got, and he's renowned for in the game. I don't think there's a problem here. He stays true to the line that he took. He knows where the try line is. He goes down, not a problem. Good try. And the movement from Israel Folau. Israel Folau is a genuine athlete that you want the ball in his hand as much as you can. And he does the damage, creates space. And then Tom Davis, well, I don't think there's any stopping him when he's got this chance. He's a big, powerful winger, Davis.
It's a good finish from Davis, but that was created by Falau's change of line, without doubt. Really subtle change of line.
It's a first try in the colours of the Catalan Dragons for Tom Davis. Made his debut against the champions last week. And now his first for the Catalan Dragons, and they needed it.
Then you just look at the slight movement from Israel Folau when he gets this ball, just skips outside of Shenton. 12 years ago when he was 19, he was the best centre in the NRL. This lad has got some talent. All you need to do is give him ball. He's got a good fend. He gets outside of Shenton, who's a decent defender as well, John. And as I say, you give it a ball to that man, Tom Davis, in the clear, he's always going to score.
Yeah, the skill of Israel Folau there was moving as the Catalan flag. They're delighted. Israel Folau, his movement when the ball was in the air, that's really clever play from the centre.
Class from Israel Folau. Maloney looking to add 2 more from the touchline. It's a tough angle. Just wide of the target, but Steve McNamara, Catalan Dragons, delighted to get back into this with Tom Davis, but he did interrupt Phil Clark on the touchline, and we can go back down now.
Ben, the only interrupted me to say there's some controversy down here on the sideline. The referee, I think, indicated a 6 again this a few minutes ago. The buzzer didn't sound. Maloney kicked the possession away, and the Dragons were a little, understandably, annoyed that they didn't hear the buzzer in the stand to indicate to the players. Still, they've managed to fight their way back into it.
They'd be delighted with the result, though, won't they? The net result, a try, and a really special piece of centre play from Israel Folau. I played with Matt Gidley for a number of years, and Jamie Lyne, 2 centres there, who were exceptional at moving when the ball was in the air. Michael Shenton thought he was going to tackle Israel Folau on a patch of grass. When he got there, he moved, he'd gone. Really clever centre play, it's real class.
Let it go, John. That was years ago.
I'm going to dine out on you know what I have to do?
Names that
I have to name drop people I've played with or stadiums I've played at, rather than my contribution to the game. No, back me up, please.
Garcia played the ball for the Dragons. Here is Baitieri now. Into Foster's tackle. Now Maloney on the last. It's a test for James Clare. Stumbles, does really well to collect on the full, though.
Big 15 minutes here for Catalan. Solid line, solid defensive. If line say that powerful players, but control the ruck. Try and turn Castleford onto the back instead of letting the speedsters land on the front, poke the nose through. See Matautia as explodes into the line. Quick play of the ball.
On the back of that, Greg Eden immediately examining this Catalan Dragons defence. Garcia in there with a good tackle. Here is Oliver Holmes now, turned 28 yesterday. McShane. Ball ricochets. Garcia it is, who has to pick up the pieces and gets away from the first Castleford tackler before Foster comes in.
And we see there what the impact of field position is. So Danny Richardson's not kicking in deep into the Catalan half. He's kicking, you know, within his own half. The defensive line set because you've controlled the ruck. You get some kick pressure, kick charge down. Catalan now have the ball on the 40-metre line. In the last 5-6 minutes, they've won some field position. And what a time to bring Sam Cassiano onto the field.
Just 26 minutes played by Cassiano last week at St Helens. Can he do some damage before the break? Last one, though, for the Dragons as Maloney goes high again, this time to the opposite side, where Greg Eden had moved, anticipating the kick, and the chase is good, led by Lange and Whitley. Richardson, Olferts now. McShane gets the ball away. First of the double header, and Warrington against Hull Kingston Rovers coming up after this one. That's a 6:30 start, Sky Sports Arena. Foster now. McShane. Cassiano immediately with the arm in there and drags his man back as well, but he's managed to get the offload miraculously away, and Eden on the break now.
It goes Paul McShane because he thought Cassiano wasn't square. He was looking for the penalty there.
But go anywhere. He's a big man who we saw tired quickly last week. Run at him, make him make tackles. Garcia, who started the game, has made 26 tackles. Casty's made 20. If Sam Cassiano's on the field, you get the worst out of him by running at him. Paul McShane knew he was there. Ryan Sheridan and Darryl Powell would have game planned him. If he's at square marker, you run. Or if we don't run at him, we run inside him, run outside him, get him in tackles.
Lange almost looked for Cassiano. Took the tackle from McShane and Jesse Lefeo. Da Costa on the field now as well as Baitieri moves in again. Repelled by Shenton. Truman in there as well. Shot by Foster. Maloney. Cassiano at the line. Gives it to Drinkwater. Now Lange. Last one for the Catalan Dragons. So Maloney will kick. Griffin applied the pressure. Eden supplied the collection.
They'll be just looking to speed it up here. Castleford now, Paul McShane just directing his outside backs to come in and take some pressure off the big men in the middle of the field, just coming up to the half-hour mark. The game's been played at a decent pace. See Olferts now. I think he's been a really good signing.
I was going to say, a lot of the game, the speed of the game revolves around him and Matautia sort of winning rucks for Castleford early on in the set. Once you get that roll, Tommy Makerton and Percival do it for St Helens. Once you get that roll on, it's much easier for your big men to come onto the ball. It's been a feature of Castleford here.
Jax O'Neill almost through. Maloney holds on for all he dare. No penalty comes, but Richardson looking to do more damage on the last tackle. The ball could go anywhere. That was brave from Arthur Moore. Richardson has it back though, and Shenton gets the ball away, and Jesse Lefeo puts the ball down. Frustration there from the Samoan international.
Jax O'Neill, I think he is a jack in the box. He's a player that's really strong, aggressive, plays the 9, plays at the back of the scrum as well, puts pressure on the fullback, look to play the ball. Jesse Lefeo just drops it.
He's got to take that. That's a try, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look, a great short kick, a manufactured kick from Danny Richardson, but once the ball gets out there, that's an easy take for Jesse Lefeo. But they're putting a lot of pressure on Arthur Moore. There's a lot of kicks going towards him and competing around him. That one was manufactured, certainly not planned, but still applies that pressure.
Yaha played the ball, and Da Costa stopped by Foster. Maloney. Garcia. That's Baitieri, beg your pardon.
Baitieri and Da Costa have actually settled Catalan down quite nicely here. Baitieri's a game competitor. Da Costa's been really involved in slowing that ruck down, so 2 good contributions from those guys since they've been on.
Good tackle from Foster there. Puts Garcia on the ground. And Catalan Dragons in a good position on the field. That's not a good position at all, though, as Matautia upends his man.
This looked nasty, didn't it?
Yeah, it looks...
Lange was underneath it.
It looks a shocker, this. Oh, wow.
If you lift someone's leg, I mean, that's essentially good technique from Matautia, but as soon as you lift that leg, as soon as his head and his neck goes towards the floor, look, if you're Matautia now, he's talking to his teammates here, he's on his haunches, he's thinking he's in trouble here.
He as well.
We agree with you, the Dragon.
Matautia, anxious wait for him, but the concern, understandably,
Peter,
with Lange.
mate.
It's 10 minutes,
10 minutes.
for Peter Matautia.
Well, that was going to be a good clash, and Daryl Powell will be disappointed losing Matautia. Matautia against Lange. Lange last week made most carries, most meters against the Saints. He's a dangerous player. We saw him playing in the halves. Finds himself over on the left edge. Got really good footwork, powerful. And Daryl Powell knows that's a really, really disappointing play. To lose a man to the sin bin when Catalan all of a sudden are building momentum, going up to half-time, find themselves 10 points behind on the scoreboard.
For all that dominance that Cass had, you know, a decision like that, a bit of ill-discipline, Catalan have just scored, and it starts to build that feeling that Catalan can grow into this game. After what they had was a shaky start, wasn't it, Tez? A shaky start to the game, but Catalan are now building, growing in confidence, and I said Da Costa and Baitieri, a large part of that energy and that spirit of competition. Phil Clark mentioned before the game, that spirit of competition, they've got that now.
Baitieri. Catalan Dragons capped under the post. Maloney all wrapped up. Important contribution there from Truman. Now Cassiano takes some stopping that close to the line, and there's initially 5 in attendance to do that. Da Costa looking to pounce. Ulrich Da Costa, has he gone over for a try?
Time off. It's tackle 4.
It's going to go upstairs. It's a try on the field. Conceded 2 in 4 minutes, but Catalan, have they struck back with 2 of their own? Da Costa.
He looked very confident, Ben, didn't he, when he got up? Da Costa sold a big dummy. It's a bit of a gimme from the Cast defenders, really. I think it's Alex Foster who bought it. McShane trying to get his hands on the ball to stop Da Costa. It's unclear there whether the ball was grounded. Da Costa stood up so confident. Is he sure, or have they done enough to stop him?
I think he gets this down. It was a massive sell, wasn't it? He just catches Paul McShane, who's unaware. Paul McShane would come up with that play himself close to the line. It's a big, big sell from Da Costa.
It's an outrageous sell, that's what it is. But, you know, you're trying to catch out defenders who are overworking, who want to work too hard. And when you show it, they move too quick, and you've just got to read body language and duck back to the inside, and that's what Da Costa did. And you're right, ironically, that's what Paul McShane's done his whole career. Looks to me like the ball's down.
I think this is a try.
Paul McShane's still doing a lot to pretend it didn't touch the ground in the meantime.
Last try for Ulrich Da Costa back in 2018. He's got a key 4-pointer here, confirmed by the video referee Ben Thaler. And Steve McNamara might not be able to tell it from that expression, but he will be feeling a whole lot happier now.
And the momentum's just changed, hasn't it? That Matautia's sin bin in. That's a bit that you can't lift people's legs like that, and he's got 10 minutes, and that's the right thing. But that is just a symptom of the momentum that's slowly been changing. Daryl Powell shows his despair, and this from Da Costa, big dummy. McShane tries to stop him. Foster worked too hard, if anything. And it came off the back of Cassiano looking dangerous, and you've got to put numbers in the tackle. You need men in the tackle. They don't really control it. Foster just takes a step too much, and Da Costa, great piece of play to take advantage. I know I've been singing his praises, but Da Costa and Battieri have just sped the game up for Catalan.
And the Dragons fans know their team are right back in this now. Matautia off the pitch, and within a couple of minutes, Da Costa does the damage, and Maloney adds 2 more points with his first successful conversion of the game. 7.5 to go to half-time. Catalan trail now by just 4.
There's a bit of panic for Castleford's right-hand side because they've lost Peter Matautia. So Alex Foster's trying to look at the ruck, but he's also listening to voices trying to pull him out. Paul McShane was the one who I think switched off. He should be aware of what that play was going to be. Paul McShane, one of the best at that sort of play.
But in rugby, you deal with what's in front of you, and when you go a man down, actually, it gives you more emphasis to stay square in the middle of the field and not overwork. You know, you only really work hard from the inside if the ball's past you. And what they were trying to do there is steal some metres to get a bit of leverage to defend better on the edge. Well, the try came through the middle. Deal with the immediate.
Can Catalan lift themselves to go ahead at the break? Seems so unlikely when Castleford produced that blistering start. And talking of blistering pace, Falau's away again. Even Davis can't keep up, and then he stays with him, but Falau won't need him. Sensational try from Israel Falau. Catalan Dragons are level. We saw the class with the assist.
He's a monster
for Tom Davis's try, and now he helps himself to a sensational 4-pointer.
He is an absolute monster. Talk about teams playing on the front foot and getting some confidence through some points. Daryl Powell knows that he's in a ball game now. You give that ball to Israel Folau, and you just see the speed, and again the skip to get outside of Michael Shenton. Greg Eden, well, you've got to hit him with everything you've got.
It's the same story, isn't it? It's the self-same play pretty much. Maloney, Tompkins, Falau. Shenton looks up, Falau's not where he was, he skipped overs. That's strength, that's athletic ability. I was disappointed with Israel Folau last week because I thought Mark Percival well and truly outplayed him. We spent a lot of time talking about Israel Folau. Mark Percival outplayed him, but what a couple of involvements from Israel Folau here. That's true class. For somebody who's getting used to the rhythm of rugby league again, that's class.
3 tries in 11 minutes for Catalan Dragons have turned this match on its head. And now James Maloney has the chance to put the Dragons in front. Just wide of the target from the sideline earlier. This time, it's a wonderful kick from the sideline from Maloney. What must Matautia be thinking now? 2 tries conceded in his absence, and Catalan hit the front.
Well, it's been a costly sin binning, hasn't it? And this just shows you the strike, the danger men that they have got over on the right-hand side. James Maloney gets his hands on the ball. Israel Folau gets his hands on the ball, and Greg Eden, I know that it's easier said than done. You've got to make a better attempt of stopping a man like that.
And if you've got somebody like that in your team, what you don't want to do is give him the ball like he had last week against St Helens, where he's carrying it out of his own half. Give the man some space, give him some opportunity to stretch his legs, to use his athletic ability. And Catalan, through Maloney and through Tompkins, have just fed him the ball in nice areas where he wants to work. And Michael Shenton now's in a pickle, isn't he? Because you're thinking, he's got me twice on the outside now. And that mind game and that tussle will be interesting as it plays out.
Falau, try-scoring Catalan debut against Castleford back in February, and now strikes for his 2nd try also against the Tigers. Maloney, buzzing now, the Catalan Dragons. Langi, no ill effects of that challenge from Matautia. Moves inside. Drinkwater. Maloney once more. Measured kick on the last. Taken easily, though, by Eden.
It's poor, isn't it, really? You know, he had a bit of time as well, and he backed James Maloney to put that on the money. It's just a bit of a pressure reliever for Cass, but you've got to credit Catalan for coming back into it. Steve McNamara's fuming about that. He knows what the difference that might have made, and it might have just been the thing that made Catalan finish this half exceptionally strong. But you've got to credit them with how well they've come back into the game, Tez. They've been really powerful for the last 15 minutes.
They've been absolutely quality, and all through the week people have been asking questions about them as a group, as a team, as individuals on the pitch. Well, they didn't start well, but they certainly finished in the half well.
What have Castleford got in response? Richardson for McMeekin. McShane. Oliver Holmes now. Taken by opposite number Whitley. Baitieri in there as well. Richardson once more.
Quite content just to get to half-time there. Not an attacking kick, just knock it off the field, defend the set, get to half-time. There's important half-time speeches, I think, coming up from both coaches in Darryl Powell, Steve McNamara.
Yeah, I kind of think that's a kick you do when you're winning, though, before half-time. They're behind. Kick it in the air, compete for it. You're slowing the game down 2.5 minutes to go in the half when you're behind. It's nonsensical to do that. So I get Danny Richardson's mindset is, look, we've had it tough. It's going really tough. But you're 2 points behind. Compete for it. Kick it, compete for it. Maybe get some points, maybe not.
So that allows Catalan Dragons to take this ball away from their own line as Cassiano is taken by Holmes. Da Costa. Drinkwater, Whitley. Shrugged off Richardson. Here is Drinkwater now. Holds on. Maloney for a moment.
I love the James Maloney when he does that. He punches for people. The real assets of his game is support play, punching, appearing when you're not expecting him to be there.
Da Costa. Here is Maloney. Eden again comfortable under that, but immediately taken by Folau.
Well, they couldn't compete and challenge Greg Eden for that when that kick was put up by Maloney, but what they can do now is challenge them in these yardage plays that Castleford are doing. Hitting under the ball, the offload. Play a dangerous game 10 metres from your line just before half-time. Offloading the ball like that when you've been driven backwards. Again, look, offload, in trouble now.
Alford decided to promote that ball when it wasn't on at all, and Lange now for the Dragons.
Then that's panic, that's panic when you've been dominated in defence.
It just doesn't make sense. You kick the ball in touchdown here, and then you're playing like netball in front of your own sticks. You've got to make your mind up. You're trying to see out to the half, get to half-time and regroup. Or we're trying to be Harlem Globetrotters. Just not sensible tactical rugby from Castleford there.
Baitieri for Da Costa. Drinkwater with a kick. Whitley is chasing. Fingertip away as the hooter goes. McNamara not happy, but his team have turned things around in this first half. It looked